I'm Keith Peters with the Palo Alto Weekly. With me on my right is Andrew Daschbach, and on my left is Mason Randall. Both are seniors on the Sacred Heart Prep football team. Last week, in a 42-33 victory over previously unbeaten Burlingame, Andrew had 12 catches for a school record 251 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Mason, who's plays quarterback, completed 17 of 23 passes, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns, all to Andrew. And Sacred Heart Prep moved into second place tie behind Menlo Atherton, earned an automatic berth into the CCS playoffs. And for that performance, they are the Palo Alto Weekly Boys Co-Athletes of the Week. First of all, 12 catches, that probably was your best, 251 yards, obviously a career best. Where did that game come from?
You know, it's been a long time coming. So far early in the year, I've averaged maybe 2 or 3 catches a game, and so it felt good to kind of get more involved. But more than anything, it just felt good to help us get the win on senior day on our home field.
I guess the obvious question is, why did it take so long to figure out that he's a good target and that you probably needed to throw 12 or more passes his way?
Honestly, we have a lot of great weapons that we can use. Dash is a freak. I have an athlete, so I definitely try and give him the ball as much as I can. And he was a little banged up the past couple of weeks, so I think maybe the defenses probably thought he wasn't going to be healthy, and so they didn't put that much attention on him. So that's definitely why I decided to keep throwing to him.
After he caught 1 or 2 touchdown passes and had 6 or 7 catches, were they paying attention to him at that point?
A little bit, but still not as much as they should have. Coach I think did a great job calling great plays, and running backs did a great job blocking. Offensive line did a great job blocking for me, and that just allowed me to have time to find Dash, whenever he was going to be open.
And obviously, the coaches were calling the plays for you to throw to him.
Not necessarily. It wasn't necessarily just throw to him. I think they have confidence in me to see all the receivers and see if we have any mismatches or something like that. And I mean, there's always going to be a mismatch with Dash. So
the week before the Burlingame game, you had a showdown with undefeated Menlo Atherton. You woke up that Friday morning. You had hives. You went into the game. You only got to play 1 possession, first series, and had to sit out the rest of the game. How did that effort, you ended up losing 17-14, how did that game sort of play into the game against Burlingame, where you knew you had to come back and beat this team to have any chance of a possible title or co-title?
Yeah, absolutely. That was kind of just a tough week for me overall. I couldn't practice due to the flu, and then come Friday I woke up that morning kind of with bumps and a rash all over my body, and so it was definitely not an easy week for me. And then come game time, I felt okay, and after that first drive, I just knew my body wasn't feeling right, and so I told coach. And it was tough watching from the sideline, such a hard-fought game. And yes, it was an absolutely brutal loss, but at the same time, it put us in a position where going into Burlingame was a must-win if we wanted a shot at not only the league title but a chance to play in the playoffs. And so, that really allowed us to kind of focus up and work harder than we ever have before in order to play for that league title and also play for a spot in the playoffs. And we were able to execute against Burlingame and get the win, which was huge.
You guys started off a little slow this year, and you lost 2 of your first 3 games. You're 5-3 overall going into this week's game against Aragon. Everybody sort of thinks about last year's 13-0 season, CCS Open Division championship season, but this is obviously a different team, a younger team, and people really can't expect you to have the kind of season that you had last year. And at this point, you still have a chance to have a co-title in the Bay Division. You have a chance to go to CCS, possibly win a CCS title, possibly go on to NorCals, and you win there, you go to a state bowl game. So there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, definitely. And we always tell ourselves we just want to play one more game. So last week, we knew we had to win to ensure that we were going to have one more game at the end of the season. So I think that's going to be our approach throughout the playoffs. Just grind every week to try and win that game so we can play one more game.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.